Hello, everybody. Welcome to my live. Thank you for tuning in. I feel a little bit unorganized tonight. I don't know why. I don't know where that feeling's coming from. I think I have everything, but we'll see. It's a beautiful sunny evening here in San Antonio. It was 97 on my way home from work, so getting cooler. It's beautiful out right now. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Everyone fine? All right, hi Renee, how are you? All right, so let's get started. Let's start with the share contest first. Every week I like to do a share contest and give away something if you share my video. So this week I'm giving away from last week's contest the Raindrops Embossing Folder and also these ombre matte decorative dots. So that's really fun. All right. And this week's winner was Carol Parisi Di Loretta. So Carol, congratulations to you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you everyone for sharing. This week, you guys, I'm going to give away this really fun, it's not really ribbon. What would you call it? Like, it's just like an embellishment, right? It's kind of twiny looking, but it's trim. Wavy trim. So I guess you would call it trim. All right. And I'm also going to give away a packet of these Tinsel Gems 4-pack. And these things are both from the annual catalog. All you have to do is share my video either on Facebook or on YouTube and put in the comments that you shared. Thank you to everyone who shares. I appreciate it. It really helps me a lot. I'm trying to think if I want to start doing a different kind of contest too. So I'm kind of thinking on that. If you guys have any ideas for a different kind of contest, put it in the comments. That'd be awesome. All right, you guys. So I'm Laura Roderick. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. And if you guys follow me at all, you know that all year long we've been working on calendars. So tonight we're going to do our 4th quarter calendar class and finish up the year. We're going to do October, November, and December. So let me turn my camera around and let's get started so I can show you what I have tonight. All right. Whoops. Hold on. Lost my mind for a minute. I was reading a text. I admit it. Let's get this in the right spot. All right, you guys. So we're going to be working out of the mini catalog, and I think that looks pretty good. I'm not going to show you everything in the catalog. I'll just show you as we go along what we use them, but this is the catalog that we're working out of, okay? So this is what we're doing tonight. We're doing October, and we kind of went with the pumpkin patch. November with the November leaves, and December with a Christmas tree. I felt like I had to have a Christmas tree on my December calendar. All right. So let me show you. The other thing we're going to do tonight is we're going to make a box. Okay. And we're going to make this box so you could put all of your calendar cards inside of it. You could give it as a gift. So if you've been playing along this whole year and you've started with the 2024s, you could give this would be a really nice gift for somebody to give them a complete set of 2024 calendars. So, and they all fit inside this box. Maybe put a little tissue paper or something in here, but we're going to make this box tonight too. And so let me just go through what we've done so far this year. And I also like to mention that these cards were inspired by Erica Serwin. She does one of these calendar classes every year, and I loved her idea. I loved her designs. I've taken her class before. So these are all inspired by Erica. This is just my version, and I've kind of gone along doing it quarterly because I want to make sure I'm using all the different catalogs. So, you know, we have the spring catalog that's got like Valentine's Day and things like that. And St. Patrick's we had last year. So I'm kind of using the catalogs as we go along so we can stay seasonal with it. Okay, hi guys. I'm just looking at your comments. Thanks you guys for joining me so much. Hi Pam, I'm going to show you, wait, someone just asked. Oh, you're welcome, Pam. She's saying, how do you display your calendar pages? So I'm going to show you in just a second. So this is what we did for January. We did February with the hearts. We did March. April, May with the flowers, June, July, we did August, and September. So those were 3 separate classes we've already done, and now we're finishing up the year. So if you order my class with $35 or more, you get this free, right? So you'll get everything you need to make October, November, and December. You just need to have the stamp sets and die cuts. I did most of the die cutting. I might have done, except for the pumpkins, like this one, I do all the die cutting for you. So this is already done. I've die cut the leaves for you in the kit. I've die cut the tree. So most of the die cutting's done, but you still will need some of the things. I like to display them on these little wooden easels. Okay, so these just open up, they fold flat, and then you can put it, I know this is a bad angle to see it, but you can see your little calendar sitting on an easel right at your desk, which I think is awesome. I have one by my desk that I look at every day, and I really do use it with the dates when I'm looking at dates, like when is Saturday, what's going to be the date on that. So it's kind of fun. So I will send you one of these wooden easels with your kit. I also send a little mini tear-off calendar. So I was doing the 23s. For this last one of the quarter, I'm doing the 24. So it's a full year. So you get January through December. So I'll give you one of these 2024 tear-off calendars also in your kit. So you get this. If you order this week's, you get the 3 cards, you get this, and I'm also going to give you the box that you can decorate, okay? So that's what you will get. Now, if you don't want to place an order with me, you can purchase for $22, and I was going to do that because the boxes are kind of expensive, but I'm going to still do $20, so ignore that. It's still going to be $20 because I thought everybody's been following along. I've been charging $20 this whole time, you know, even though the box is more expensive, I'm going to still do $20, so that's what we're going to do. So I think it's a good deal. So the reason we're not using these, but the reason I'm including these is if you don't have this Days to Remember stamp set that I use, you can just substitute one of these and maybe just frame it out with a little cardstock. That way you don't have to do the stamping if you like that better and it's a little bit easier. Okay. The other thing I was thinking of doing is cheating and taking all the ones I had from this year, because I have a couple sets that I've made so far, and taking this part out and just redoing them for 2024, so I have a full set for myself. But I don't know. I'll probably start again next year anyway. Okay, so what you're going to need, let's start with October. Days to Remember stamp set. This is a super fun stamp set. You've got all the months. I'll show you how to use this if you haven't used it already. It's super easy, and Stampin' Up! Was really brilliant when they designed this. We're going to use Pick of the Patch. Now, not everybody does Halloween, so I didn't go with a Halloween theme. I just went with Pumpkin Patch for this. You can make it anything that you want when you're doing your cards. Maybe you like Halloween and want to make it Halloween. And I also, for the first card, I use these Radiating Stitches dies. Okay, these are one of the online exclusives. And I just use these two to cut out our rectangles, right like that. And we're using Very Vanilla cardstock for that. The other thing that I use frequently with the calendar cards is I like to put the months on this little stylish shape die, right? The little banner, because it seems to fit perfectly. Okay, all your things are going to come in a cello bag, just like this. So here we go. This is our first one for October. And these are the pieces you're going to get. If you're making these at home and you're not getting the kit, all these card bases are 6 by 4 1/4. So I've got Pumpkin Pie at 6 4 1/4. I have this piece of Them Bones DSP, which is just pretty fall looking, right? And that's 4 by 3 1/4. Then the 2 Radiating Stitches, I cut out the 2 rectangles. We're going to stamp on these. And then I've also included just a 1/4 sheet of cardstock in the Very Vanilla to stamp our pumpkins on. This one is a lot of stamping. The other ones are just mostly assembly, right? And then we're going to stamp our October on that. So what do we want to start with? Let's start by doing our pumpkins, okay? So I'm using different colors. Pumpkin Pie, had to do Pumpkin Pie, of course, right? So let's get out. I'm going to do this big pumpkin in Pumpkin Pie. And I'm just going to kind of randomly stamp those, and then I'm going to either punch them or cut them out. All right, so we've got our first pumpkin. The other thing is, have you guys seen the pumpkin punch? And I'm looking for mine right now, and Oh, here it is. It's hidden under some cards. I was like, where is it? I don't want to lose it. So this punch that coordinates with the pumpkin patch has the pumpkin, 2 pumpkin cutouts, the leaf cutout, and the stem cutout, okay? So let's get all of our orange done. So we have that pumpkin. I'm also going to do this kind of tall, skinny pumpkin in the orange. So if you'll notice, there's a lot of different pumpkin stamps, but the punch only does 2 different pumpkins. So we're going to fussy cut some of the others. Okay. All right. Next, I want this smaller pumpkin. I'm going to do this one also in pumpkin pie. So I've got 3 different ones in pumpkin pie ready to go. All right. And you know what? I'm going to redo that one because I want it to be just a little bit darker and not have these little white things on them. Okay, I think that's it for the orange, but since we have our orange stamp pad out, I'm gonna stamp some leaves on the bottom. We're gonna make our little scene on this card, okay? So I'm gonna take this cute, adorable little leaf stamp and just randomly do some leaves at the bottom, okay? And we're gonna do these in 3 different colors. I'm just gonna turn them a little bit, and we're just gonna have our pumpkin sitting on these leaves. So I'm just doing those kind of across the bottom. Okay, have we done all the orange? I think we've done all the orange. So pumpkin pie, we can close up. Okay, next color, Cajun Craze. Seems like kind of a dark pumpkin color. I like the way it looks. All right, so on that one, we're gonna do the littlest pumpkin. Put that one right here. And then the other one is this one right here. So I think we've done like 5 different pumpkin stamps now, right? Okay, so we've got that one. And let's get some Cajun Craze leaves going. I think those are fun. All right, now we're going to go on to crushed curry and add a little bit of yellow. So the other thing you could do if you wanted to, I just did all solid colors. You could also use your sponge daubers and kind of mix up the colors a little bit so they're multi-tonal, which I think would be nice. All right, it's time to clean a couple of the stamps so I don't ruin my crushed curry. So let's see, I'm going to be using, well, first of all, the leaves. So let's clean that one off. And it looks like this one. Okay. Okay. That, and then our last set of leaves. And let's see where we can throw some yellow ones in here. And they're kind of overlapping, and I think that's fine. Okay, now we have a nice little bed of leaves on the bottom. All right, next, let's get out some Mossy Meadow. We're gonna do leaves and stems, and then we're gonna do a little bit of a background. Okay, so for our scene, we're gonna use this little stamp right here, which I think is pretty, and just kind of do, I don't know, a little, what would you call it? Just a little bit of a background here. So I'm just gonna stamp this, I don't know, maybe 5 times at different levels. Just like that. Okay, so and then we'll put our pumpkins in front. The other thing that I did originally when I first started playing with it was I tried to use those curly cues, and this is what I did at first. And I decided, I don't really like the way that looks. So that's why I switched up and put that in the background then instead. I just thought it filled the space better. So let's get some leaves stamped. So there's 2 different leaves in this set. So we've got kind of a full leaf and kind of a half leaf. So I'm going to do 2 of each. Now, we'll be able to, I know I'm getting really low on the camera, sorry. We'll be able to punch those out The other two we're gonna fussy cut. Okay, and then I need some stems. So let me find my little stem. And we're gonna punch these. So I'm just gonna put them right along the edge here. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 6 of these. So I'm gonna line them up this way. And then I can do another row behind. Okay, I think that's all the stamping with the colors. The only thing we have left is to do our calendar part, okay? So before we do that, let's finish this up. Let me just show you how we're gonna punch some of these, and I'm gonna do a little bit of cutting first, right? So this one we're gonna stamp. I'm sorry, we're gonna punch. And then the other one that gets punched is this one right here, I believe. Yeah, this one is the other one. Okay. Now, as you can see, I'm not good at lining things up, right? So these are kind of short to be arranging in here. So I'm going to take a little piece of Post-it tape and just attach it, and then I'm going to cut it. So we'll punch it like there, and I'll just line it up so I just get the edge where I want it around my pumpkin. Okay. So that one's nice and punched out. And same thing with this one. Let me reuse my piece of Post-it tape. And we'll do this one. Goes on the side here. And that's just barely even long enough. So I'm still, hold on. I didn't do that right. Let's do it kind of this way and see how that goes. See, now, if I knew how to figure this out, I could have spent a minute trying to figure it out, but I'm always so rushed to get everything done that maybe I'm just too impatient to figure that out. Okay, 2 pumpkins so far. The rest of them we're gonna cut with the scissors, and they're fairly easy because they're easy shapes to cut for the rest of the pumpkins. Let me get rid of my mess. Okay. These are super easy. You just line them up, except they did them backwards, and I got to cut them. And we just throw them in here, line them up like this, and punch it out. So, where'd you go? Oh, it didn't punch. Hold on. Let me try again. There it goes. Okay, and with this one, it's kind of flat here, so you don't have to worry about any other shapes getting in the way, so you can just go through and punch them all out like that, and it's not gonna like cut the rest of them up. So that works pretty good. So we need 6 of those, fussy cutting the rest, and then the last thing is the leaves. I fussy cut these 2, and then these will also fit into the punch, and we can punch those leaves out. And those just get lined up right like that. Okay, so we have some of the pieces. Let me get the rest of the pieces out because I've already pre-cut some of this for tonight. So I've got that. I need the tall one, the yellow one, the little one, and one of these, 2 leaves, the fussy cut half leaves, and a whole bunch of stems. I think I might need one more stem. Hold on. Plenty of stems I pre-cut just to save us some time. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, now all we have to do is do some more stamping for the calendar part, and then we're ready to assemble, which is great. Then it'll go pretty quick after that. Let me put some of my toys away. Okay, next we are ready for the early espresso. We're gonna start with the easy one, which is the October. Here's our little October, and we're just gonna do it on, I'm gonna pull it down a little bit so I can get over it a little bit more. You could also do it in Memento. I just kind of liked the brown color with everything that we've got there. So there's our October all set. Now, here is our big stamp with all the letters on it, okay? There's 31 days in October, so we don't have to mask anything off for this. And what I'm looking at is, what is the first row? And it starts with 1, and there's a 31 in it. So I have to find which row that is, and that's going to be right here. You can see the 1, here's a 31 in it. So these are the ones I'm going to use, and Stampin' Up! Made it perfect. So the only thing that's going to get inked, you can see it's the exact width of a month, right? So it's 7 weeks going across. So I can just start inking this up, and I'm only going to be inking up the numbers that I need, which is great. So now I just need to center it on my sheet. I think that's about right. Okay, that looks good. Now we've got our October. All right, let's start assembling because the rest is easy, right? Let's start by putting this piece down first. Let me get some seal. I think we're going to run out of seal. I'm going to have to open a new one, I think. So I'm going to just kind of line that up so the edges align down here. Okay, and that's going to be the bottom. This is going to go right here, but first let's put this like little scene together, okay? So I'm just going to line them up first because I want to see exactly where I want to have them before I put them down. So I'm going to put them kind of like this. And then we'll put the stems and leaves on. You know what? I want to actually put the stems on first because I feel like they're kind of difficult. So it's going to kind of go like this. And then this little one is going to kind of go right here. So that's how we're going to line them up. Okay. So now that I've gone to the trouble of lining them up, let me unline them up and add all the stems. So I'm just going to glue stems to the top of each one. And I find it's easier to place them if the stems are already on. All right. So I'm just going to put a dot of glue where each stem would go. And then just put them on. See if I can pick these up with my finger. And you can angle them any way you would like. And I'll just kind of randomly put them in different ways. I like the pumpkins. I love pumpkins in the fall. My granddaughter loves pumpkins too. That's one of her favorite things is pumpkins. Okay, so I think we'll let that dry for just 1 minute. I do want to show you too, if you really like Halloween, in that stamp set you have a little jack-o'-lantern face. So if you wanted to, instead of just having this one here, you could also do it with the pumpkin face and make it a little more Halloween-ish if that's what you like to do. You could even do the one down here with the Halloween face. So just another option if you want it to be more Halloween. Okay, so I'm gonna start by using a little bit of glue on this one, and we decided that this one is going to go right about here. All right, the next one over we're going to put with some dimensionals. I'm just going to throw one on there, that should be enough. And right about here on that one. I don't like the way I glued these. I like to actually have the fatter part up. You can see the difference. This is with the fatter part up. This is with the skinny part up. I don't like it as much, but that glue works really well, so it's staying for now. Just keep that in mind when you glue yours on. Pick the side you like. All right, that one goes on last. Not paying attention to the colors. I just saw the shape. This one right here, dimensional on this one, and then I want to put the big pumpkin that's pumpkin pie colored kind of front and center. So this one's really crooked. I don't like that. Okay. And it's going to kind of be over this one, so I'm just going to add a little seal to this side since it's going to attach to that one, and put it right there. Okay. All right, we've got our pumpkin patch. Let's add our leaves, and we'll add a little bit of glue. This one right here. Now, if you want to, you could just punch the leaves and just use all these. You don't have to use the half ones if you don't like to. These are really cute leaves, aren't they? They're kind of, I don't know, almost cartoony or whimsical. I just like them. They're really cute leaves. This one coming off right here. And then one more. Oh, that I dropped. Hold on, I gotta find it, or I'm gonna have to cut another one out. There it is. Okay. Dropped it on the floor. Coming off that way. All right, finally, ta-da, right? We're done. All right, so let's put this on here, and we're just gonna use some seal. I'm gonna actually put my seal on this part right here because I don't wanna flip it over and mess anything up. And again, try and center it with the edges, so all the edges are about the same distance apart. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we're gonna put this kind of right in the middle, again with some seal. And then we're just gonna kind of add a little bit of embellishment to this. Let's put the October on while the glue's still wet. Let's put our pumpkin in the corner down here. A couple dimensionals to pop up our October. All right. Right across the corner. And then we're gonna add a little bow, and we're gonna do it with the gingham ribbon. And hold on, I don't see, give me 1 second. I need to reach for my gingham. It looks like I had either used it or put it away. Give me 1 second. All right, well, I can't get it right this second, so we're gonna use this one. This is the new one. This is a larger side. It's the large checked ribbon, and this is in the catalog that, the holiday catalog. So let's try this one out. I just opened it, and you know what? This one's cool too because the other one's more white and this one's more ivory. So it might actually be a better choice. Let's try it. Okay. I think I like it. I was kind of surprised that they had another ribbon that's so kind of similar to the other one that they already have. There's not that much of a difference. But let me trim that off, and we'll see how it looks. Let's use a glue dot and put it right here. All right, you guys, that's it. That's the first one. That's October. What do you think? I think I like this ribbon better. It's bigger and fatter. What do you think? You like the skinny one or the fatter one? I like the color too. You can definitely notice the difference in the little bit more ivory versus the white. Okay, we're gonna call that done for October. Okay, next one, November. And like I said, this one isn't going to be as much stamping. We're going to just stamp these things and the I'm thankful, okay? So let me get what we're adding for this one. We're going back to the autumn leaves. Now, we just used this a couple weeks. Was it last week? I think it was last week we used the autumn leaves. So we're going to use this again for this. And I like to kind of mimic some of the elements that we've already used so you get, you know, more than one use out of it. And I kind of like to mirror that in the cards. So we're going to use the autumn leaves. We're using some of the leaf dies to cut out some of the different papers. So we're using these two and this one and this one. I love that there's more than one when you're die cutting. That's super easy. We're going to be using the I'm Thankful and adding Today and Everyday as far as stamping. And then we're going to use the favorite Scalloped Contours dies to cut a couple of the dies out for this. Okay. So here are our pieces. Like I said, this is how it's going to come if you order. So these are already going to be die cut for you. Make it nice and easy to put together because we don't want to spend too much time on this. So we're starting with copper clay. This is 6 by 4 1/4. Then I've got a layer of Very Vanilla cardstock, 5 3/4 by 4. And then the third layer is, this is the new cardstock that just came out like a week or two ago that they added. And let me show you this. This is the tartan foil. It comes in the different colors. It's really pretty. It's got a nice sheen to it. There's 3 different colors. So anyway, I love it. I think it's pretty. So we're going to use that piece of the tartan foil, and this one is 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. Okay, so those are just going to go like that. All right. Here are the 2 scalloped contours that we cut out of the Very Vanilla. This is going to be the background. We're going to stamp on this one. This is going to be our calendar. I just want a plain rectangle of Very Vanilla to stamp the November on. And this, I think, is 1 1/2. Hold on. There's so many. It's 1 1/4 by 1/2. 1 1/4 by 1/2. There's so many pieces of Very Vanilla. There's a lot of measurements. I had to look at them all to figure out which one it was. Okay, this little die cut label is from that same Autumn Leaves. So we've got that to stamp on. This copper clay piece is just 3 3/8 by 2 1/8. And that's just going to be a background for us for the calendar part. Okay, so these are the only things we're going to stamp on. Here's all of our leaves. It looks like, did I already lose a leaf? Let me show you the papers for these. So this is just Pretty Peacock. I did one of the maple leaves out of that. The other one, I used that shimmery paper that we used last week also. And that is called the Luster Specialty Paper, and it's the in color. So it comes in all the in colors. So this is Copper Clay Luster. And I think that looks really pretty on a leaf. So we're going to use that one. This one, oh, here's my other leaf right in front of me. This one I cut out of, I was waiting for this to come, and then I think it's on back order again, but I finally got mine this week. And this is the oxidized copper paper. It's coming back 10 too, so pretty soon. But I just love that. It is so pretty. It comes in 2 different colors. As soon as it comes back in stock, I'm going to order some more because I just love it so much. It's so pretty. Sometimes things are so much prettier in person than you can see in the catalog. And as soon as I got this, I was just like, oh, I love that. Okay, and then the All About Autumn, I cut this DSP 2 leaves out of that. Okay, so there's like a Pretty Peacock and a copper clay that have that kind of gold or copper foil on them. So those are the leaves. They're already pre-cut for you. Okay, let's do our November. And we're going to use Pretty Peacock for the stamping for this one. All right, this is very, not a lot of extra room on here. Okay, November. That looks pretty good, I think. I'm Thankful, Today and Every Day. So I put both of those little stamps on one block together. And we're gonna just ink that up and put it on our label right here. I thought that seemed appropriate for November. Okay. And then lastly, we're going to do the calendar. Let me clean this off since we just used it. Okay, let that dry for a second. Uh-oh, hold on, look at, there it is. There's the offending finger. Not cool. But I think it's not going to show too much. So let me just start by taking a little bit of my sand eraser and getting a little bit of that little smudge off of there so we don't have to look at it. Okay. All right, so November. The first week starts on the 5th. There is not a 31st, so we're going to start on the 5th, and we're going to mask off the 31st. Use a Post-it note, some Post-it tape, some Scotch tape, whatever you've got. So here is the 5th right here, and we're going to go all the way across, and this 31st right here is what I'm going to mask off because we don't want that in. Okay, so let's take it starting with the 5th and ink it up. And those are our 7 days of the week going across. Get it good and inky. Pull off your mask. And then let's put it on here. This, mine's kind of sticky. So I have to kind of peel it off of there. Okay. It's not perfect. If I was making this to give away to someone, I might redo it. If I was just making it for myself, I'd probably be like, it's fine. Okay, let's put it together now. All right, so let's start with, we're going to take the tartan foil and put it on the ivory first. And we want to leave our border. Okay, good. All right, now before I put it on the other piece, I want to do some ribbon around it, right? So let's get all our other things put together first. So we'll do our large scalloped contour, which is going to go kind of near the top. So not exactly centered, a little bit more near the top, but centered on the sides. Okay. Now we can go ahead and put our leaves on next. And I'm going to glue again the bottom layer of leaves on. And just kind of put these up in the upper corners. I don't know why I'm obsessed with copper and peacock this year. I just love that combination. I think it's so pretty. If you don't like that, you could cut some leaves in any color that you would like. All right, the next ones I'm going to, I know it doesn't make much of a difference, but just a tiny bit of height with glue dots. So I'm just gonna put some glue dots on this next layer and put one kind of here. And the opposite color on the other side. Try not to rip these if I can. One kind of there. Then I'm going to use some dimensionals for the leaf in the center. And I only used one before, but I feel like I need two. So I wonder if I can fit 3 on. I'm going to get crazy and try and fit 3 on here. I think it'll hold it a little bit better and keep it from getting bent. Okay, so that's going to kind of cover up and go right about here. Get that out of the way. Okay, now we're ready to put our ribbon on. This time we're using the copper clay, and this is an in color. It's a textured ribbon, so we just need a little piece about that long. And I'm going to flip it over and put some adhesive along the edges here to hold the ribbon when we put it around. And I want it to go, I think, right about here. So let me just flip it around to the back, and then it's nice and adhered. If you would like, you could put a glue dot here if you would like, and why not? We might as well make it secure. So I'm just going to lift one up with my scissors and tuck it underneath. Okay. All right, now we can put our label, and we're going to put that right here. So let's get some dimensionals. And I'm just going to put it right on the ribbon itself. So I'm just going to go 3 across. I could try and go up above and below the ribbon to make it a little more stable, but I don't have that much room here, so let's just do it this way. Right there, like that. Okay, now we can start putting these pieces together. And if you decide you'd rather use those little peel calendars, you can just adjust the size of that so it fits in the middle and is nicely framed out. Okay, and we'll just seal this to the bottom as well. And we're covering up. But I just want a little bit of a border right here at the bottom. Make sure it's pretty good on the sides. Okay, I think that looks good. November with some dimensionals. All right, if you like that little banner die, you could use that too if you wanted to, rather than just cutting out this piece. Okay. And next we're going to add dimensionals before we put it on the rest of the card. Okay. And just because I've got the ribbon here, I just want to kind of pop it up a little bit. So lots of dimensionals for this. I'm getting thirsty from all this talking. I'm going to have a sip of water in a second. Everybody doing okay? Okay. It's kind of hard for me to do this because once you get one of the dimensionals stuck, you're kind of married to the placement, right? Okay. Now, let's add a little bit of embellishment to this. And I'm pulling out these again, and this is the adhesive backed solid gems, okay? And we've got 3 different colors, and we're going to use these copper ones. So I'm just using like a small, medium, and a large. So we'll just put one here. And one, I guess, right about here. And then just a small one. I guess there's about 4 different sizes. Okay, or I used 2 large and a small. I think I meant to use a small, medium, and a large. All right, you guys, there is our November calendar. All right, next, moving on to Christmas, because we must do December. Hold on 1 second, I need a drink. All right, you guys. Okay. All right, so now we're into the green, the cherry cobbler, and the gold. So for this, I'm only using the die set. I did not use a stamp set aside from the calendar one for this. This is from the Merriest Trees dies, and you can look at all the different sizes of the trees on here. Lots of fun things you can cut out. Ornaments, the tree trunk, I use this one right here. We're going to use this star and this for the garland in the gold to die cut. And this is the one we used for the tree, to cut out the tree. The other thing I used for this is I used the Countryside Corners dies to cut out this gold piece right here in the background of the calendar. All right, so here are our pieces for this one. More different papers I want to show you, which are fun. So, cherry cobbler backdrop, 6 by 4 1/4 cherry cobbler. All right, this next piece is from the Joyful DSP, and this is the green and gold part. It's 5 3/4 by 4. So this Joyful DSP, have you guys started playing with all the fun Christmas papers? This is the first time I've touched the Christmas stuff, and oh my gosh, so fun. This Joyful DSP is very foily. Now, these are only one-sided, so they're white on the back. So we're using, there's this green, there's the cherry cobbler with the gold musical notes, there's kind of a gold wood look, and then you have this white and gold with the little cherry cobbler berries. So those are the 4 patterns that are in this paper. We're using 2 of them on this set. Okay, so we've got that, which is going to be layered right here, and we don't need any ribbon or anything, so we might as well just put it down right away. I love gold foiled things at Christmas. Gold is one of my colors for Christmas for sure. Okay, so we're using some of the gold foil cardstock. And I believe this is currently on back order, or it just went on back order, or low inventory. I'm not sure. But it'll be coming back, and it's a really nice foil to use. So all these pieces will be pre-cut for you. So the gold foil, this is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, this square. I also have a piece of 3 3/4 by 2 inches. That's going to go, what are we doing with this? We're going to die cut with that, okay? And then this is for the back of the calendar. And this is 2 by 3 that we used for die cutting, okay? So that's die cut out already. We're ready to use this piece right here. So what I'm doing, let me find the dies now, because I kind of have them at the beginning of what we did. Okay. Using this one and this one, put it through your die cutting machine. This is what it's going to look like when it comes out. Just like that, okay? So punch out the star, and then you're going to just punch out all these little pieces that are going to be the garland, okay? We're only going to use 3 different ones, okay? Probably the 3 largest ones. So let me pull those out, because I've already put those through the die cutting machine, and get my star. This is like a pretty perfect star. I love the size of that. Okay, so that's die cut out. I die cut out the tree. Now let me show you. Yes, I used a different paper for the tree. If you wanted to, you could just use the garden green to cut this out. But I don't know if you can see the variation of color here. To me, it looked more realistic of a tree because it had some color variation in it. And the paper that I used for that was, let me think, Joy of Christmas DSP. And we're going to use this for the box too. So this is the Joy of Christmas DSP. We're going to use this for the box. This is the green pattern that we're using. And then I used a little bit of this wood pattern for the trunk of the tree. So lots of different patterns, and this is a fun set too. I think this is going to be one of my favorites because I like kind of the watercolor looking pattern with the Christmas. I just think that is so pretty. So that's what we're using for that. So we've got the tree cut out. Like I said, the little trunk cut out right here. I don't know how that happened, but let's cut it straight across. And we might as well glue it right now while it's in our hand. And unlike the pumpkins, I'm going to put it on the right way. Like that. That looks pretty good. We'll let that dry for a minute. Okay, stamping, we're going to do December, and we're going to do that in garden green. And then here's the other thing we cut out with the circle, that same Joyful DSP. So we're just cutting a background circle out of the cherry cobbler in gold. Okay, let's stamp and then put this one together. We have December, garden green, this little stylish shape banner. All right, now we're going to use cherry cobbler to do the numbers. I love this set because you can use this forever and ever and ever. I actually bought myself an extra one because I thought, what if it retires with this next catalog? I want to have an extra one because I may be doing calendars for a long time. Because I like them. And you can use it for years and years. Okay, so our December has a 31st. The first week is the 3rd. So that is going to be right over here. And we can just start inking up right like that. I think my cherry cobbler needs to be re-inked. So I'm going to kind of go up and down the whole thing to try and get enough ink on here. And this one is just a rectangle of the Very Vanilla. And that is 2 5/8 by 1 5/8. All right. Got to hold my breath when I do this, right? Okay. There is that. Okay, let's assemble. So we've got the background. Our next layer is going to be the gold layers. So we're going to kind of put this, again, a little bit more towards the top, but centered on the sides. Okay, and then we'll kind of center the other piece of gold right here. This is the die cut piece. Right down here. All right, we can put our calendar on. Work our way back up again. Again, just flat with the circle. See if I can get my notes right side up. Okay, now we're going to put our tree on. Let's decorate our tree before we put it on the card. All right, so I've got these little garlands, and I'm going to start with probably this one. I think this is like there's 5 of them all together, right? So this is the second smallest one I'm going to start with. So let me just show you. I'll lay them out first and then we'll glue them. So this one's going to go from here to here. And then the next size is going to go from here to here. And then the last one is going to go, this one looks long. Are they both long? I may have to clip one off, which is not a big deal, because I think I ended up with 2 long ones. So I'm going to clip this one off right like here. Okay, so let's get a little bit of glue and put our garland on. I'm going to grab my little tweezer for this because it's very skinny and small, and just put some little dots of glue. And just set that down right here. Decorating a tree already. Okay, see, I'm making a mess. I shouldn't be allowed to use glue ever. Let me just get my little baby wipe and try and wipe a little bit of that off. Okay. Next. So I guess I want to place it before I set it down and smear the glue all over. This one's going to go this way. Like that. Okay, that one's better. Last one. Very little, right? So there's, I don't know if you guys have looked at this set too much with this trees, but the stamp set that goes with it, which I didn't pull out. Let me see if I have it handy. Mary's Trees. I just want to show you this for a minute. These little tiny ornaments, you can stamp those, and there's die cuts to cut those ornaments. So if you really wanted to get tiny with this, you could put those little ornaments on the trees too. I thought I would take the easy way out and just use some gems, which are sparkly. Okay. Pretty good. Little cleanup action again. Okay. That's that. So the star is next at the top. And we have our little Christmas tree. Okay, let's get some of these. These are the Adhesive Max Sparkle Gems. Been using these for a lot of things this year. I really like them. So let me get this out of here. Okay. Let me start playing with the new sheet here. I'm going to open a new package. That other one's kind of cut up a lot. I've used it to death. Okay, Lisa, yeah, she was saying she thought that was a tree stand or tree skirt. They also have a tree stand in here. Look at this right here. So it's kind of a tree stand right here if you wanted to cut that out instead of the stem. That's really cool looking too, right? Okay, so I'm going to use, like, let's do 2 big gold, and then we'll do 2 small gold. So we'll put one there, one here, and a couple of the little ones. I'm kind of putting like a gold one and a silver one in each different section. Well, not really. I'm lying. They're just kind of randomly all over the place. Oh. I'll try not to lie anymore. Okay, that looks a little bit festive, so there we're good. We'll add some dimensionals to our tree. So we're gonna start doing the box next. And these boxes I got on Amazon, and they're pretty heavy duty. They're pretty nice boxes. I really like them. All right, there goes our tree right like that in the middle. And where's our little December banner? Where did you go? Otherwise, I'm gonna have to stamp a new one. Where are you? I seem to have misplaced December. Not sure. Let's see if we have another one, because I feel like we want to finish this. I don't know how stuff disappears when it's right in front of me. It's kind of crazy. But fortunately, we have more things. Okay, popping that up. I'm sure I'll find it later. Has anybody started their Christmas cards yet? I like the way that placed. Last year it worked out good because I did enough card classes with Christmas cards that I had a bunch of Christmas cards by the time I was done. So that worked out really good, just going along like that. Okay, December, the last one of the year. All right, let's work on our box. So this is what our box again is going to look like. I kept the box very, very simple. We just want to make it nice and easy, super easy to do. So this is how the box comes. It comes all folded up like this. It's already got the adhesive on it. Oops, hold on. It's gonna fold. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. It's just gonna fold up like this, and we're gonna glue it like that. Okay, so let me peel these off. And they peel off super easy. Once I folded them like that, they peeled up. I mean, it couldn't be easier, right? So you can see now we've got the bottom. Well, it couldn't be easier if you could. All right, that's on them. It's not lined up perfectly, but that's okay. And then it has a couple magnets and a couple magnets inside. So it just closes with the magnets. Let me fold this a little bit more like that. There, nice and easy. Very sturdy box for our cards. Okay, hold on, I gotta clean up because I've got green ink on my fingers. Okay, So you'll also get the pieces to go for the box. You'll get the box and the pieces for the box. And so we are going to put the card together first and then just put it on top. So I have real red cardstock, 6.5 by 4 3/4. More of the Joy of Christmas DSP, that kind of watercolory looking thing. This is 5 3/4 by 4. Okay, that's just going to go on there. Okay, ran out. Hold on. Time for a new one. You can also get the refills. I do have refills, so I'll refill that later, but right now it's just easier to open up one that's already got the things in it. Okay, right in the center. We're gonna take some ribbon and tie it around. And this ribbon, it looks like it's real red. This comes in a 2-pack, and it comes with this burlap ribbon that has like the stitching. So these two come together. We're just gonna use the red, and we'll just go behind and make sure we have a piece that's long enough to tie a nice bow. And we're gonna tie it off to the side over here. Let me pull it this way. And so you can see we want to wrap it around here and put it on here before we put it on top of our box. And we'll just tie our nice bow right like this. I want kind of a nice big bow on this. Hold on, I got glue all over my finger. Okay, I like a nice big bow, because we have a big space we're working with. All right, I cut that off. All right, next we're just gonna take, this is from the Nested Essentials dies. It's this die right here. So we've die cut that, and this is the white because we've got a pretty pure white box, right? So I wanted to use the basic white cardstock. And then from the Christmas Classics, we're going to use the Season's Greeting. Okay, so where is that? Right here, and we're going to stamp that in Garden Green. Super fast, super easy to make the box. I'm hoping I have time to make a couple sets of these to give to family members this year as a Christmas gift. Season's Greetings. All right, that's not the greatest stamping, but okay. I guess I could use this side, right? Let's try that again with the other side. I really like the way that looked. Okay, I don't know. Maybe my green needs to be re-inked. It looks a little bit uneven in the color, right? Is that side any better than the other side? I don't know. Okay, again, just putting some dimensionals on. And then we're just gonna tape the whole thing down to the box. And then we are all set with our project. This one took a minute tonight. We're running a little bit later than usual. Put a little extra on because I want it to be sure to stick. Make sure I've got the right side. Yep. Super simple box, right? Super easy, but I think it would make a really nice gift box. You can put a little bit of tissue paper in, so when they open it up, they've got the tissue paper and then all of the different calendars in there. All right, you guys, we did it, right? That is it for, oh, thank you guys. That is it for our classes for calendar. So we're wrapping up this year with it. We've done our box to put everything in. You'll get the box if you order. Here's the host code for this week. And again, we have Done October, November, December, and we're all set. Let me tell you guys about a couple quick things, and then I will sign off for the night. Project and measurement sheet, email me if you would like it. If you're on my email list, that'll go out tomorrow, so you can access it easily. The paper pumpkin that's coming up right now is so cute. Little village holiday card, so that's going to be fun. I just got my paper pumpkin today for the love and gratitude. I can't wait to open this and start making cards with that. I think the paper pumpkins are just really awesome. If you haven't signed up, sign up for the virtual card making event on World Card Day, because that is free from Stampin' Up. And I did finally get the Heartfelt Hexagon bundle, so that came today too. I can't wait to use that. And that's one of the things they're going to feature when they're making cards on the 7th. So sign up for that. It's free. You guys, thank you. Oh, okay. Lisa, I will send you the host code for sure. It's U77MWFTC, but I will email that to you. You guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of the week. I'll see you next week. Talk to you later. Bye.